Welcome into Mavericks Today by Chat Sports. I'm Jeffrey Cooperstein. On today's show, the Mavericks committed highway robbery in the offseason. We'll get into today's show here in just a couple of moments, but I do need to tell you guys to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It's the free and easiest way to help out the channel. We're trying to get to 31,000 subs here on today's show, so if you could please hit that subscribe button down below. It's youtube.com/MavsTV. And if the Mavericks make a move before the 2025 NBA trade deadline, we'll have you covered right here on Mavericks Today. If the Mavs cut somebody, if they trade for someone, if they make another roster move, if there's an injury news update, we will have it covered. So please hit that subscribe button and let's get into today's show. We're talking about Quentin Grimes on today's show if you haven't figured it out already. Grimes has been absolutely awesome for this Dallas Mavericks team. And has he found a long-term home after the Tim Hardaway Jr. trade from the Mavericks to the Pistons, where the Mavs sent Hardaway and 3 second-round picks and in exchange got back Quentin Grimes, who is on the last year of his rookie deal. And Grimes had an injury-riddled season last year. He was traded from the New York Knicks to the Detroit Pistons, and he was dealing with some injuries. He only ended up playing like 6 games for Detroit after that trade, and then the Mavericks traded for him this offseason in hopes that he would regain the form that he had in the 22-23 season, and boy, has he ever. Quentin Grimes this season averaging 10.4 points, 4.2 boards, 46.9% from the field, over 40% from 3, which is absolutely fantastic, and 4.3 attempts per game. Quentin Grimes is an absolute legend for what he's done this year. Not only has he come off the bench, he's also stepped into a starting role when the Mavericks have needed him to, and he's been that Swiss Army knife that Jason Kidd has been lacking over the last couple of seasons, if we're being honest. He's exactly what we hoped for and what we hoped he could be in a Mavericks uniform, and that begs the question, what's going to happen with Quentin Grimes in the future? Like I said, he's on the last year of his rookie deal and is headed to restricted free agency this offseason. And if you remember, just before the season, there were rumors that the Mavericks and Quentin Grimes were working on an extension, but they were pretty far off in terms of what Grimes wanted and what the Mavs wanted to give him. And he ended up rejecting a 3-year, $27 million offer from the Mavericks before the season began in hopes that he could bet on himself and get something bigger in restricted free agency. And so far, it looks like that bet is certainly paying off for Quentin Grimes. We'll talk about what sort of contract projection we could be looking at for Grimes in a minute, but I'll tell you right now, it's going to be more than 3 years and $27 million. Without Luka, without Kyrie Irving, Grimes is having to step up into the starting lineup alongside Spencer Dinwiddie to be one of the 2 guards, and he's done it extremely admirably. He's a very versatile defender that can really guard 1 through 3, and he's also knocking down the three-point shot at a clip that the Mavericks need him to at over 40%. I love the addition of Quentin Grimes, man, and he's been, like I said, he's been a revelation for this Mavericks team, and I just hope he can keep it going throughout the rest of the season, and he'll be one of the main reasons that the Mavericks make it to the NBA playoffs and hopefully can do some damage in the NBA playoffs as well. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments, though. Should the Mavs re-sign Quentin Grimes? Type S for sign, type P for pass. This is going to be the pinned comment on today's show. So in just a couple of seconds, I'm going to be telling you guys about our sponsor, which of course is PrizePicks. While I'm doing that, go on down there and get your votes in. And on the back end of today's show, we'll be talking about what a potential contract for Quentin Grimes could be looking like going forward. But before we get into that, I do need to tell you guys about our sponsor, which of course is PrizePicks, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app. We absolutely love PrizePicks here at Mavericks Today. I'm a personal user of PrizePicks. I know a bunch of the guys are here as well. PrizePicks is the best place to get real money sports action. With over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, PrizePicks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. You just pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 1,000 times your cash. Run your game all season long on PrizePicks. And PrizePicks now offers MasterCard for quick and easy deposits and withdrawals into your account this sports season. They put their members first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. And when my picks hit, I can get my money in as quick as 15 minutes. PrizePicks also offers weekly promotions that can lead to big payouts like Taco Tuesday, where each Tuesday PrizePicks will discount select player projections up to 25% to provide even more value for your lineups. And I do have a projection for tonight's college football playoff game between Notre Dame and Penn State. I took the more on Drew Aller passing yards at 185.5, and I took the less on Riley Leonard rushing yards at 48.5. You can copy my picks, or you can make picks of your own. Just please make sure you do it with our friends over at PrizePicks. Download the PrizePicks app today and use code CLNS to get a $50 bonus when you play your first $5 lineup. You don't even need to win to receive that bonus. It is guaranteed. Again, download the app today and use code CLNS to get a $50 bonus when you play your first $5 lineup. That link will be clickable in the comments and the description of today's show. It is PrizePicks. Run your game. So as we mentioned earlier, Quentin Grimes is a restricted free agent this summer. And just a quick reminder on what that means. It means he is a free agent. However, the Mavs can match any offer that Quentin Grimes signs. So let's say, for instance, Grimes signs a 3-year, $45 million deal with the New Orleans Pelicans in free agency. I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm just using it as an example. The Mavs would then have a certain window where they can match that offer, or they could let Grimes go to the Pelicans. So if the Mavs elected to match, Grimes would be back at the Mavs at 3 years and $45 million. So that's kind of how his contract is going to work, and that's kind of what I see his contract kind of being here in the offseason of 2025. I think a comparable deal would be what the Mavericks gave Josh Green. Now, of course, this was an extension. They didn't let Josh Green get to free agency, and they gave him a 3-year, $41 million deal before trading him in the summer in part of that crazy 6-team deal that acquired the Mavericks' Klay Thompson. So this is kind of where I see the Quentin Grimes thing ending, is right around the 3-year, $40 to $45 million mark. And look, at this point, I think I would give Grimes that deal. 3 years, $42 million. I'd give Grimes that right now, and if he would take it. But obviously, the Mavs can't give that to him. They have to wait until the offseason now to renegotiate those deals, and we'll see what happens. But I hope Quentin Grimes is a part of the Mavericks long term. I know that there's been some trade rumors surrounding him. ESPN's Brian Windhorst the other day said Maxi Kleber and Quentin Grimes are the Mavericks' most tradable assets here at the moment. And unless you're getting a really damn good player in return, I'm not trading Quentin Grimes off this team, given what I've seen from his value over the course of the season so far. Before we get on out of here, let me know what you guys think. Would you trade Quentin Grimes, or would you give Quentin Grimes, a 3-year, $45 million contract, $15 million per season? I know it's a lot, but that's kind of what the going market is. Would you give it to him? Type D for deal, type ND for no deal. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. I think I'm typing my D for deal, but you be Nico Harrison and let me know what you guys think. My best guess is this. I think the Mavericks are going to let Grimes go to restricted free agency, go test the market, and see what he can get out there. And if he finds a deal that he likes, the Mavs will tell him to go offer or sign the offer sheet, and then the Mavs can just match it and bring him back if they want him. So that's kind of where I see this thing going, is eventually I think he'll go to restricted free agency, and then I think he'll end up re-signing with the Mavericks on whatever deal he ends up getting in NBA free agency. We'll see how it plays out, though. I'm very curious to see, but all in all, I love Quentin Grimes with the Mavs, and I hope he stays here in the years to come. That's going to be it for today's show. My name is Jeffrey Cooperstein. This is youtube.com/MavericksTV. Please be sure to hit that subscribe button, and we'll keep you up to date with all of the latest Mavericks news and rumors. Mavs take on the Portland Trailblazers tonight. Be safe out there if you're in DFW. I know we got some bad weather coming in, but the game still looks like it's going to be played. So we'll see you soon. We'll keep you up to date if anything happens here on Mavericks Today.